Welcome to Planet 2. The demo was in beta, but since it is now live, we have to start over again. It was defined by the company, which is Frontier Development. So, let's begin with my avatar.
Whoa. Whoa.
I like this one. Let's see, conclusion.
Oh, yeah.
Heads, maybe that one. Yeah, this one.
Oh.
Looks like Homer, kinda. What if you mean Homer? Nah. Let's do that one. I don't like bars with the spikes. Yeah, why not? Beards. Beards. Yeah, no, let's give him proper beard. Color, maybe we'll do dark brown. Let's just change the hair a bit. There it is. This one, yeah. Heads, accessories, bodies. Oh. Oh, nice. Let's do blue and maybe white. No. I think blue. And the logo, white. No, yellow. Yeah. No, white. Sorry about that. Nothing on the back, just on the front. Now, pants. Let's do dark brown. Yeah. Hats.
Oh.
You can have a below hat. Yeah, why not? Accept.
Yep. Whoa.
It is now created. Cool.
Whoa. Yeah.
We can. Oh. Oh, that's my friend Timon that I started. You place him on what? I live in the Iberian Peninsula, more precisely in Portugal. So that's how there is to it. Yeah, how other countries in the world here. When I had friends, they will show up on this globe. So you can always send me if you want. The name is Homer 20. Oh. I think I have this one already. There is also a franchise musical which we will into it later down the road. Oh. I did this one in the beta mode. If you want to check it out, it is on my YouTube channel. Let's do the Ape-rentice ship. Nice one there. Okay. Let's see what you can do. I might also do live streams of the Sandbox mode, just to showcase some animals and stuff. I'm not sure how that is gonna work. Oh wow.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh? Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
What do you think of Madagascar then? Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates though, we've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
Assuming that you remember how to work around the map.
Red-ruffed lemurs are found in the rainforests of Masoala. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years. Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
Yeah, right there. There they are.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvellous
Nice
creature.
bridge.
They're always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in. And they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera.
Animal camera. Oh,
Aren't they just incredible? When you're ready, let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
you have to zoom out and then, oh, there it is. Close that one.
Oh dear! It looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed.
Oh,
And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it.
Which one
We'll
is it?
need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too. Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel. Good. Now open the Animals tab. And click on Box All Animals to box up the remaining bonobos.
box of animals.
Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So, we'll need to hire a replacement, sharpish. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area. You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet. Great, now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo. And then click on the Call Vet button to call the vet over to capture it. Okay, that's a relief. So while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat so they can't escape again. Head back over there.
I think I know where it
As you can
is.
see, the
Yeah,
barrier's
yeah.
collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced.
Barriers.
Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
There it is. Oh.
Good.
Press
Now that we've
button.
done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that. Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
I have to do it. Oh, around the fence. No, why not? Then, where is it? Cover it up. Done. I think it's done already, isn't it? Right. Still isn't this one. Oh. Oh, that's right. Ah. So it's on the left, maybe?
Nicely done. And I think it's high time we unboxed those bonobos, wouldn't you say? Oh, the poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long. Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again. And then open the animals tab.
And unbox.
And finally, click on unbox all animals to let them out. I expect
Done.
some of them are fair bursting for the toilet.
How to mechanics.
So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts. You see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is
Done.
taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area again.
That's already, by the way.
Oh, gosh, we have been busy, haven't we? Good work there. I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly. And more importantly, without the animals stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
You see, another key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. Oh, the animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it.
I'll do that on the next episode. Until then, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did playing it. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.